Hello, this is E-Soup, aka Specific Soup. I have my little bat monster friend here. So, I'm actually a really big country music fan, but there's definitely a lot of like mainstream country music nowadays that I'm just like kind of about. But I'll say country and Americana. They kind of go hand in hand. But like, a few years back, whenever like Orville Peck kind of came onto the scene and I became aware of him, I was so excited because I was like, this is so up my alley. Basically like gay country, like mysterious, like masked, country star, like, and I guess his style is a little more like country western, at least in the literal sense. Like he's singing more about like exploring the big sky in like Montana or like some whatever places on like the west coast and like big open expanses and like desert kind of stuff, and not so much the country that's like being from the south and going to church and whatever. But this song came out really recently and I saw it, and when I saw it on YouTube, it was so hard to not just click on it immediately because I was like, are you kidding me? So it's Orville Peck and Willie Nelson, and the freaking name of the song is Cowboys Are Frequently Secretly Fond of Each Other. And I was like, so Willie Nelson was in this? I love that. I mean, Willie Nelson has always seemed like a really cool guy, so that makes sense that they would collaborate and like he would be down for this. But I don't quite know what to expect from their collaboration, but I'm so excited. Like, and I love so much that he basically collabed with Orville Peck on like a gay cowboy song. So I'm really excited. So I'm just going to get right into it. It's also been a long time since I've listened to Orville Peck, and I don't know if he has any other recent releases, but this might be his first new release in a little while. So yeah, let's go. Rhinestones.
Well, there's many a strange impulse out on the plains of West Texas.
Oh my gosh.
There's many a young boy who feels things he can't comprehend. And a small town don't like it when somebody falls between the sexes. No small town don't like it when a cowboy has feelings for men.
And I believe to my soul that inside every man is the feminine.
Aww.
And inside every lady there's a deep manly voice, loud and clear.
God.
And a cowboy may brag about things that he's done with his women, but the ones who brag loudest are the ones that are most likely queer.
No, shut up. What? Whoa. Okay, this is so straightforward. I don't know. I see the title of this song is so straightforward, but I didn't know what to expect. But this is it's so blunt. Like, oh my God. Oh, but I love, like, the idea of, like, every person having a little bit of femininity or a little bit of masculinity in them, and just that also being there, like, dormant or being, like, waiting to be expressed. I love the, I love Orville Peck's, like, elaborate, like, the beaded masks. Like, the beads or, like, the fringe coming down. But this is, like, a cool look where it's just, like, more subdued. He just has the hat and the mask over the top. It's not as, like, beaded and glittery, but it gives him more of a... I guess it gives him more of, like, a naturalistic, like, cowboy vibe. I don't know if that makes sense. It fits with the vibe of the song so far, and it fits with like a collaboration with Willie Nelson, I guess.
Cowboys are frequently secretly fond of each other.
What did you think all them saddles and boots was about? There's many a cowboy who don't understand the way that he feels for his brother. And inside every cowboy there's a lady that loves to slip out.
Oh my god. Oh, everyone is so sweaty. Belt, the shirt.
And there's always somebody who says what the others just whisper. And mostly that someone's the first one to get shot down dead. But when you talk to a cowboy, don't treat him like he was a sister. You can't fuck with a lady that's sleeping in each cowboy's head. Cowboys are frequently secretly fond of each other. What did you think all them saddles and boots was about?
I can't with that line. That line is so funny. Oh my god.
There's many a cowboy who don't understand the way that he feels for his brother. And inside every lady there's a cowboy who'd love to come out.
Oh, yeah, come
And
out.
inside every cowboy there's a lady who'd love to slip out.
Wow. So, that was Orville Peck and Willie Nelson. Cowboys are frequently secretly fond of each other. I didn't know what to expect. I knew it was going to be great. I was like, okay, Willie Nelson is down and on board for this. This is great. But I wasn't expecting that. I'm just like gobsmacked. Like, I feel like that was amazing. I want to mention, because I could see, like, when they talk about, like, the Cowboys, like, having a lady inside of them, I don't think that is in any way trying to say that, like, a gay man is, like, part women and, like, that's why they're gay. I think there's an idea running through the song of, like, balance and of people having femininity or masculinity in them, whether it's suppressed or, like, whether they let it out. And I think it's just, like, going off of that idea more so than, like, oh, this man is like a woman in, like, a literal sense. Because obviously some people will talk about gay relationships in, like, a heteronormative way where they're like, oh, so-and-so is, like, the man or so-and-so is, like, the woman in the relationship, and, like, that's not great. But I don't feel like they're doing that, you know? It feels like just a really genuine, a straightforward expression of, like, how complex people are, that, like, gender roles aren't just, like, or that, like, people's actual personhood isn't as cut and dry as, like, a gender role kind of thing. And also because, like, cowboys are seen as, like, so masculine that it's kind of like there's another part to that too. And it's not all just straight up like, oh, tough guy, like, masculinity, like, whatever. It's, like, very simple and it's very straightforward and just very, like, kind of, like, plain language for, like, what is being communicated. But I love that for this type of song. Wow, yeah, like, that was just, it was, like, so blunt. It was just, like, we're telling you what's up. Like, some of these cowboys are queer. Like, that's it. Just, wow, okay. That was great. I love that very much. I don't know what else to say. I'm so glad we live in a world that this exists. Also, I'm just like, dang, like, how old is Willie Nelson now? I'm gonna have to look that up. I just love that this is something he collabed on. I love that he's like still making music. If I recall, there was like a Willie Nelson and Casey Musgraves collaboration a few years back, and that was really cool and exciting to me too. Like, and I love that he's still doing music at all, and that he's like doing work with these like modern country artists. Amazing, perfect, stupendous. And the sound of this fits right in with like, you turn on the country music station and they're playing like kind of like an older song, or like a song that you might think is like kind of cheesy or like whatever, like cheesy older country song that's really sappy. But then if you actually like, if you just hear it and you're like tuned out and you're like whatever, and then you like tune into the lyrics and it's like, wait a minute. I hope everyone else enjoyed the song too. And with that, this is E-Soup signing out. E-Soup is back because I was looking at the comments and I wanted to just like show some of the video comments on video, and then I saw one and they were like, oh, someone originally wrote this song in the 80s, and then also there's a Willie Nelson version from earlier on. So I totally thought that this was like Orville Peck, or maybe Orville and Willie writing this together with the purposeful intention to sound like an older country song. I did not know this wasn't older 80s country song someone else wrote, and then Willie Nelson had already recorded this before. So Cowboys Are Frequently Secretly Fond of Each Other is a 1981 song by Latin country musician Ned Sublette, widely known as the Gay Cowboy Song. I don't know how I never heard of this. So there was a recording on a 1982 release. There was a cover by some band in 1993. Oh, and then another cover in 95. And then in 2006, a cover by Willie Nelson. And then Orville Peck collaborated with Nelson for a 2024 duet version that we just saw. I didn't know. And of all things, that Willie Nelson had already done this, I had no idea. Like, why? It just, that slipped under my radar. And it's not like I know a ton about, like, country music or, like, older country music, but I do know, like, a little bit about, like, gay-themed country music from the past. There was this album called Lavender Country, and it was in the 70s, and it was, like, a bunch of LGBT-themed, like, country songs, and they were very, like, leftist and like just about like celebrating people who are gay and celebrating people like who present their gender in different ways. I don't know if it ever like explicitly referred to trans people too, but it was just very like screw gender roles and like screw everything. And then there were like songs on the album about like, you know, being a man falling in love with another man, and it was something that was just like a very small, like just kind of personally distributed thing amongst like a very small amount of people, which like makes sense for the time. But at some point recently-ish, it was sort of like some people became aware of it, and it kind of like came back into, it's like one of those projects that like gained fame like way later on after the fact. But then the singer, the original main singer, did a few shows recently. I cannot remember his name right now. But yeah, so I was just thinking, like, well, I know about Lavender Country. I've heard that whole album. Like, I love that project. And I guess it's like, well, I still missed out on some other gay country history, because I had no idea about this. I totally thought this was, like, an original song. And so this really shows there's truly nothing surprising about Willie Nelson being in this project, because he literally covered the song already on his own in 2006. And wow. Oh, okay, so let's see. Nelson received a tape of the song from the SNL band bassist. Okay, so Nelson said, I thought it was the funniest goddamn song I'd ever heard. I had it on the bus for 20 years, and people would come in and I'd play it. When Brokeback Mountain came out, it just seemed like a good time to kick it out of the closet. Okay. Oh. Filming for the video featuring Broken Lizard comedy troupe occurred at Dallas's gay cowboy bar, the Roundup Saloon, in February 2006. No, not debuting on Howard Stern's satellite radio show. Okay. Oh, Nelson had a song on the Brokeback Mountain soundtrack. I've seen that movie, but like I haven't listened to enough Willie Nelson. I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd be able to pick that one out. I had no idea. The song's been in the closet for 20 years. The timing's right for it to come out. I'm just opening the door. Oh, the song's release was encouraged by the coming out of his friend and tour manager of 30 years, David Anderson, from 2 years prior. Oh my god. I don't understand. I literally don't understand how I missed that this was a thing. Obviously, I'm not surprised that I didn't hear it or hear about it in 2006, but I'm shocked that just somewhere along the way, recently listening to country, I didn't hear about the existence of this. It just completely passed me by. Nelson's version of the song is his highest charting solo single since his 1984 duet with Julio Iglesias. And Nelson said he didn't think it took a lot of balls to put the song out. First of all, I didn't think anybody would play it. I didn't think it would get on the air, but sure enough it did. Though not on country stations. Oh no, they're not going to play it. This is so interesting that Nelson's version of the song is his highest charting solo single since something from the 80s. I'm not sure if that means that like he has singles from like before that time that were higher charting, but just that between from like 1984 to like 2006, it was like his highest charting solo single during that time. I think that's what they're trying to say. But regardless, the fact that this was, like, up there, you know, I'm just, like, completely shocked. I never heard of this. But I want to recognize, like, yeah, it wasn't his song. It was written by Ned Sublette, the gay cowboy song from 1981. Sublette stated that the song is based on his experiences growing up in Portales, New Mexico. I remembered what it felt like to feel different as a teenager and the culture at that time. And I started to put those two things together, and the song wrote itself. And Ned was living with his wife in Manhattan next to a gay country bar on Christopher Street called Boots and Saddles. Well, that's amazing. Gay life in 1981 was very vibrant in those days. It was part of the culture of the city, and cowboy imagery is a part of gay iconography. That makes sense. And he says he wrote the song with Nelson's voice in mind. So he wrote it like a Willie Nelson song, and then for Willie Nelson to go on and cover it. It was at the beginning of my songwriting career, and I used to like writing songs for my favorite voices. Like, I'm so glad, like, I know Orville, Peck, and I reacted to this song, and then I read the comments so I could learn about this, because I had no idea. I didn't look closely enough at the description to see that it was not just, like, written by Orville Peck, because I really thought, oh, it's written to sound like an older song, but it's Orville Peck. I really thought, I had no idea. So now that I know that, I just wanted to, like, look at some of these comments, because some of them were like, dang. My late mother, who loved Willie almost as much as she loved me, her gay son, would have loved this. Bravo. And that comment is interesting, too, because it sounds like that person doesn't know that Willie Nelson already did a version of this song, too. I guess I'm not the only one who missed it. Southern gay trans man here. I've never been the biggest fan of country unless it's older stuff that my dad likes, but this made me cry at 5:30 a.m. This is something I never thought I'd need, but I'm glad it's here now. Yeah. When my mother was 8 months pregnant with me, she saw Willie Nelson live. When he threw his bandana into the crowd at the end, she caught it, and I'm as queer as they come. Is he my fairy godfather? I absolutely love that. But this is the comment I saw that just, like, got me. I'm dedicating the song to my brother Daniel Pitts, who was tortured while dying of AIDS in 1994 in Florida. Tonight, I'm alone as I prefer. I will hold his hand while we dance because I know he is on the other side and has been my guardian angel. Now we all dance. Freedom comes with major responsibility. I'm out my closet and married to Christ. Thank you, this retired vet can sleep easy. My sentry duty is at its end. Queer is happy. Go see Dax. I don't know what Dax means here, but I was just like, whoa, wow. It's a beautiful comment. It is very sad, not only that person's, I'm not sure if it's like brother, just like a friend brother or his actual brother, but that this person died, and that it sounds like the guy who wrote it sounds like he possibly never got the chance to like actually like be in a gay relationship, and then maybe he was like, well, I'm older now and I'm not going to worry about it. But like, what a comment. And yeah, this was the comment where I was like, wait, what? Kudos to Willie for originally recording this back in 2006, and to the songwriter Ned Sublette, who actually recorded this back in the 80s. So there are really a lot of commenters that do not know about Willie recording this before and this being an older song. A few people are mentioning it, but a lot of people just don't know. Willie is 90 years old. He's 90. It's so cool that he's still doing his thing. Oh, as a little gay boy that grew up in South Carolina in the 70s and 80s, this is so healing. And to have a legend like Willie on this song is nothing short of iconic. My inner child thanks you. I feel bad that so many people, especially people who sound like this is something that they kind of needed in the past, I feel bad that a lot of people don't know that he had released this before. Because I guess it passed a lot of people by and they didn't realize. But for the people who did hear it back then, like in 2006, or heard him perform it before, or heard the original version, like, that must have been huge. Also, I'm from South Carolina, but thankfully not in the 70s or 80s, because I don't know what that would have been like. Yeah, this is so fascinating to hear this, and just, like, this is such a great recording, it's such a great video, it's such a great version, and then to learn the history behind it is so exciting. Hello? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, there's an interview, and it says, Orville Peck says Willie Nelson wanted to get gay married in their new country music video. Well, he didn't do that. The video was super cute. I mean, I would have loved that too. But I love what they did with the video. Anyway, I'm done checking out the comments and random information. That just kind of sent me down a rabbit hole, and I was really interested, and I wanted to, like, share some of it with you guys. But with that, this is eSoup, signing out.